In April 2024, Global Digital Heritage Afrika went to the leafy suburb of Bishop's Court in Cape Town and 3D scanned an important rock called Hen and Chickens Rock. Here's the 3D model that can be viewed by clicking on the link below. At the dawn of the colonization of South Africa, Jan van Riebeeck was tasked to set up and command the first Dutch settlement at the Cape in the mid-1600s. The area was visited and utilized by nomadic Khoi tribes who did not share the same worldviews of the Dutch, particularly around land ownership. Van Riebeeck had the locations of the first farms mapped. These farms would produce supplies for the Dutch East India Company, or VOC. Here is the map, draped over the current landscape of Cape Town. The largest and most southern farm was that of Jan van Riebeeck himself, and was named Bosheerville. Years later, the lands of Bosheerville would become the upmarket suburb of Bishop's Court. An original property beacon from one of the corners of Van Riebeeck's farm was identified, thanks to the research of Whittle and Bell. It is called Hen and Chickens Rock. We went there with the lead researcher, Professor Jennifer Whittle, and we conducted a survey and 3D scan with her. Okay, Jenny, what are we doing here today?
Right, so we are looking at the Hen and Chickens Rock up there, which is of huge cultural significance to Cape Town and South Africa because it's the oldest cadastral beacon, that's property boundary beacon, that we found. Because it's a natural, huge granite boulder over probably about 5 meters high. It was adopted as a beacon by Van Riebeeck. Probably surveyed by Peter Potter, and he probably stood here and said, what would I like to have as my farm, and sort of set out a line to Devil's Peak, and then had the whole of Bishop's Court as his farm.
The oldest known cadastral boundary beacon in South Africa. One can see why Jan van Riebeeck chose this location, as it had an uninterrupted view of the Liesbeek River Valley. The Liesbeek River, shown here in red, was important because the farms of the free burghers were all along this river. It also had good views of the distant Hottentots Holland Mountains, the Cape Flats, and False Bay. After Van Riebeeck was long gone, the rock may have also had scientific and astronomical importance. It may have played a role in the calculation of the shape of the Earth in the mid-1800s by Sir Thomas Maclear, who was the Astronomer Royal at the Cape of Good Hope. For more on this, take a look at the 3D model that we produced, and make sure you look at the annotations on the model. This is not just any old rock. It is steeped in history. It was used in important early work in geodesy, but it also played a role in colonization and the dispossession of land from the indigenous people who lived here.